are here to hear the proposal for funding for the Robbins House. The Shark Tank group here is here to listen to why we should support your proposal for the Robbins House Interpretive Center of a virtual creation of virtual reality. Mr. Farley, what do you have for us, sir?
Well, basically what we're trying to do is find photographs or even take photographs of furniture back then and even anything they would have had in the house and use virtual recreation or the augmented reality, so you could, with your iPhone, if you scan the room, you could see everything they would have had back then, which really wouldn't have been enough. And basically we're kind of trying to stress the point that life wasn't all that great for a former slave family. They probably really didn't have too much. They're very poor. And what we're trying to answer the question of how people would have lived back then. But we need some money to accomplish this because the program Layer, which we're planning to use, we have to pay for to make like pages, basically.
I have a good idea.
Can you wait till they finish the proposal?
Anyway, so we also, Parker this morning had proved that this works with the thing he showed us. And so basically we probably don't need that much money to do this. Probably like, actually,
What kind of budget?
what do you guys think, like $60 probably?
Take up the rest of it.
What? How much money do you think we need?
50.
50? Probably about that.
Okay, you need to think out that budget a little more carefully before I'm willing to open up my wallet and my multi-billion dollars to propose this. I didn't become a billionaire, a multiple billionaire, by throwing around $50 here or there.
That's right, he got married, then he lost.
Tell me more.
He was a trillionaire.
Well, basically,
Why would this be fun? Why would this be interesting?
well, it'd be kind of cool because people really, we don't have any pictures, but we're going to learn from other people and accounts. And there's a lot of historians around here, which is also really great. And they'll know a lot about this stuff. No, that'd be kind of cool and interesting to see how different houses were back then from how they are now.
Who would you contact in order to figure out? How are you going to find these pictures of what furniture looked like?
Well, we could look online. There's probably not too many. And also, we could go to the Concord Library. You probably know a lot of historians who would be very good with this. I don't really know anyone, but you're a member of the drinking board, so that's probably helpful.
Anybody else on your team have anything else to add?
Oh,
Minions, questions?
so you're confident if your budget of $50 with what he said? It sounds like you're only gonna have 3 pages. Is that what you're gonna have?
Yeah, probably, because I don't, well, what I've been thinking about, if we're gonna have all these other projects here, I'm not sure if that will interfere with this stuff, but.
Well, that's the point, is it should be 2 empty rooms, no matter what project you're doing, whatever you're doing, it's how you want to experience it.
Yeah.
Question for you. How do you determine what is historically accurate?
Well, there's a lot of accounts back then because there's a lot of writers in Concord. And also, maybe might be some documents about it, or accounts.
And what makes you different from the other group, and why is what you're doing better?
The other guys, I guess, they're just, well, theirs is also cool. They're going to be kind of filming themselves and putting themselves in, and we're trying to show how it would have been. It's not just us telling a story, it's showing what it would have been back then, how they would have lived.
How they would have lived. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Yes.
So my idea is, instead of using Layer, which is I don't think it's the right thing for what you're doing, because Layer is more like of a you have a paper and it's like that. You should use like house decorating app thing, because then you can like put furniture here and there, and it's like meant for doing that. You just have to like measure the walls, measure the thing in the middle.
I think
and
there's,
you
I
have
think
the
there's
exact
really cool
room.
real estate
Yeah.
programs. If you go to, like, I'd like you guys to do some more research on this, all right? I'd like you to really dig in a little deeper to find some apps, either for a smartphone or an iPad, which, again, can help the experience, but you should be able to create the room. There's all sorts of architecture programs also, where people build houses. You don't want to build a house.
We have that.
Yeah.
That's not
I mean, I have that from my former job from 15 years ago. That technology is not new. But the difficult thing will be just finding the right images and reformatting those images in such a way that they can fit into this house and look like they all work together. That's going to take some serious Photoshop skills too.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm good at Photoshop.
Okay, thank you guys. What else?